Hey there, folks. Adam here, going to go live and discuss these storms in northwestern Ontario. Just noticed that they're getting pretty intense heading into the Dryden areas right now, as well as some strong storms near Thunder Bay. So, just a quick little live stream here, just to see what's going on in northwestern Ontario. Probably won't be going for too long, but we have seen some really strong wind gusts on radar here, with potential for damaging winds. 14% severe risk on those particular cells right now. As you can see them coming in, they were looking quite nasty. Hopefully they'll weaken a bit. There's no severe thunderstorm watches, warnings, or advisories right now, which seems a bit odd considering machine learning is pretty excited about these storms here. 33% severe wind risk, 2% tornado risk on that storm, 39% severe wind risk west of Sunshine, which is just west of Thunder Bay. So just wanted to watch these relatively closely over the next little bit, just to see what they do. Hopefully they don't get too severe, but they were certainly looking interesting enough to jump on and go live. I'm just going to go live solo here at the moment, just to kind of give you an idea of what's up. I didn't want to go live for too long, but I wanted to make sure everybody knew what was going on. So let me know where you're coming from in the chat. What's up, Nat Penson, how's it going? Austin, hey. Ice, how's it going? Anything for Southwestern Ontario? No, Southwestern Ontario is fine right now, but Northwestern Ontario is certainly interesting. Steve says, I already pay for Instant Weather Pro and this Facebook stuff. Why do I need to do more? You don't. I don't think you do. You don't need to do anything. It's all good. We did launch memberships on YouTube. And if you wanted to get into those, you can, but you don't have to. There's a few little perks for those, and we're going to create some different perk levels as well, with different different rewards or different upsides to them. But no, you're already subscribing to Instant Weather Pro. It's all good. No worries. Nobody has to subscribe to anything. We offer all these different features, and they're not for everybody. And we offer also, if people don't want to subscribe, we have a free app. So our social media pages are free, and we have a free app as well. So we try to do as much free as we possibly can. So yeah, it's all good. Mike says, Fort Francis, Mike Hansen, what's up? How you doing? And Sue Lookout says, Carl, what's going on? How's it going? Haunting Live says, hey, how close to Thunder Bay is the storm? Well, there is a storm over Thunder Bay right now. By the way, this storm west of Thunder Bay near, how do you pronounce that? Saganaga Lake. Currently 11% tornado risk on this storm from machine learning from our IW storm risk, 44% severe wind risk on it, and a total 60% severe risk on this particular cell. It looks like it's trying to track to the southeast. I did do a polygon on this one, severe thunderstorm potential. And this whole cluster here, now there's actually these storms a little bit further to the north are starting to look interesting. And again, these ones that were coming near Dryden were definitely looking even more interesting in the last few frames. They may have weakened a bit, which would be great. They were looking quite potent. Right about here, their percentages are really high, but it looks like maybe as this line's moving to the southeast, it's weakening. This storm in just northwest of Dryden looks like it could have a decent hail core on there. It's still got 13% severe wind risk and 25% severe hail risk. So there is some severe hail risk with that for, is it Machin? Machin? M-A-C-H-I-N. Or Machin and Oxdrift area. And yeah, that's moving basically to the southeast at the moment. So the strongest part of this storm line may miss Dryden, which would be great. We don't want all that community impacted, but other areas could definitely see some really strong wind gusts, and there was some minor rotation here as well. So we were a bit concerned with. But this storm down here, right near the international border, that's the international border right here. And it's just about to cross into the international, or across the international border. And that one is looking pretty potent here. 9% tornado risk on it, 39% total severe risk. And so, yeah, we can't always go live in Northern Ontario. We don't always have the capacity to, but today, I was like, let's go live because I want to make sure that folks know about these storms, especially because there is no watches, warnings, advisory statements. Squat. There's another squat. Yeah, there's nothing. Okay. We didn't notify Northeastern Ontario that we're live, but I just noticed there's a little storm up here. 7% total severe risk, nothing too super strong. But there's a storm way up here northeast of Hearst, northwest of Kapuskasing, up in there, southwest of Moosonee. And yeah, that's one to probably keep an eye on. Most of the stuff down here in near Timmins, there's a storm near Timmins right now, but it's pretty boring. Most of the stuff in northeastern Ontario is relatively boring. Southern Ontario looks pretty boring as well, too. It was quite a busy day yesterday, but today looks relatively boring. But we do have some storms up here in central east Manitoba. And, of course, we do have these storms in northwestern Ontario that are looking more potent than I'm guessing expected, because I was really surprised. I was so surprised that there wasn't a severe thunderstorm watch on these that we went and took a look. Is there anything wrong with... Oh, no, we got spammers. Oh, boy. Got to get rid of these garbage spammers. Here we go. Be my friend on Facebook. No, that's okay. It's all right. We'll just block you. It's probably for the best. Scott Richardson was blocked. Okay. Sylvie says, just had thunder in Timmins. Thank you for the report. Appreciate it. Just the good stuff. Talked about Thunder Bay. Yeah, so Thunder Bay did have some storms and probably still having at least some rain in the east. But right now, Thunder Bay looks fine. There was that storm before was actually looking quite decent. Yeah, this storm right here that went across Thunder Bay was looking decent. Lots of torrential rain. Hopefully not any flooding. But it looks okay right now. There are storms to the west. Let's see which way they're moving. They're kind of heading towards Thunder Bay, so we'll have to watch them closely. The percentages on them are not too strong. It's not too little, though. 16% severe wind risk on that storm west of Sunshine. 20% severe wind risk on the other cell here. So, and those, even though the storm arrows are pointing to the southeast, it's actually kind of moving more to the east at this point in time. So, yeah, it looks like it's moving pretty much due east on those storms. So, it could get interesting for the areas to the south. Let's take a look at U.S. radar here really quick. U.S. radar can kind of give us a better idea as these storms start to traverse into across the international border here. And we did see some strong winds on it earlier, and it looked like there's actually some upper level rotation, but that has weakened since. But yeah, we continue to track these storms, especially this one right here. 10% tornado risk on it, 35% severe wind risk, and that one is down here by Saginaga Lake, maybe? Is that how you pronounce it? Somebody help me. Heading kind of towards Northern Light Lake. Yeah, those areas right there, that particular storm is looking fairly potent here as it tracks to the southeast. So we'll see what it decides to do here. Let's go take a look back at those storms that are near Dryden. Yeah, 39% severe hail risk on that. So that seems to be going up on this cell. It could have some severe hail on that one as it tracks. Thankfully, the strongest part of it looks like it's going to miss Dryden, but areas just west of Dryden potentially are being hit by this hail core here. And then we do have that cell up there, which has 6% tornado risk on that cell. Interesting, maybe because of some of this here. We'll have to wait for the next update of IW Stormrest to update to move those polygons along, but yeah, but those storms are looking relatively strong. And again, I was so surprised that there was not a watch or a warning or anything up there with storm risk being this excited about these storms. So, nevertheless, we're going to watch it as closely as we possibly can. Again, we're only going to go live for a little bit, probably for about an hour, I'd say, something in that range, just to give folks an idea of what's going on up here. And yeah, we'll continue to poke around and look at some different storms. Keep an eye on this one in northeastern Ontario. Interesting. A little bit of minor rotation there on that one. This is kind of in a very rural area here. Northeast of Hearst and southwest of Moosonee. Let's see if I can even find a road around here. Any roads, anyone? This is kind of down by Smoky Falls, northwest of Smoky Falls at the moment. Let's see which way it's going. Kind of trying to go east, but it might dip to the southeast. And there's a little bit of minor rotation on that one up there. But it's kind of, yeah, it's on multiple tilts too. But it's currently, like the storm arrows just updated, and now they're going to the northeast. So Yeah, it's trying to. Yeah, actually, no, there's been a few frames. 1, 2, 3 frames with minor rotation on that cell. Pretty rural area. I wonder if I highlight this cell, how many people are right here? Probably 0. My guess is 0, but if there's more than 0, I will be shocked. So I'm just going to go highlight that storm. I'm not going to notify it just yet, although there is some minor rotation there. Let me see here. Yeah, I'll do a polygon around that storm and see if I can see. Is anybody? 0. Yeah, so we wouldn't even be notifying anybody. Again, a very, very rural area of northeastern Ontario. But a little bit of minor rotation on that cell. So that's one to keep an eye on. Okay, looks like we got a new update on storm risk. And what are we dealing with here? The tornado risk on that cell went down to 1%, which is great news. 20% severe wind risk still going on, but that 9 or 10% tornado risk we saw on that has weakened. So that is really good news here. Most of these are just a little bit of a hail and torrential rain risk. There is some damaging wind risk in this area, but it is pretty marginal from what I can tell. Again, the reason we wanted to go live is because the storms that are heading down here towards Dryden were looking a lot more potent on the last couple frames, but it looks like they may have weakened some, although some of these values are pretty 87 kilometers an hour, 87.48. Let's see what else we got here. 86. 95. If that's not noise, that could be interesting. 95, 90, 94. So yeah, there could be some pretty strong winds. It is getting really close to radar here, so that may be what's affecting it. As you can see back here, it was looking really strong with the winds, and now it's getting really close to radar, although we're still seeing some pretty strong values right there, and they seem in line with what was tracking behind it. So Amesdale, Ricken, is it Ricken or Richen? That area is 665. The 605 down towards, and those strong winds might still be coming towards Dryden. Looks like they're getting close, and it's getting really close to radar, so it's going to be tricky. That radar is super close to town. Oh, and now we just got a radar update, and those strong winds are still coming in. So yeah, it could get pretty nasty in Dryden. We'll see, especially to the west of Dryden. We're seeing that hail core near Minitaki and down by the 594. Let's see what it's tracking here. Yeah, it looks like it's tracking to the southeast. So Dryden's pretty much in it right now, although the winds don't look too strong over Dryden, but the winds do look strong north of it here. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully we have some reports from the community here. Rock, the Casbah says, great late show in Barrie last night. Yeah, it was certainly interesting. It was an interesting night. All those storms kept going and going and going all night long. Just the good stuff says it came in strong. It has since died down. I believe you were talking about Thunder Bay. Thank you for the report. I appreciate it. Just at Thunder and Timmins, we did get that report earlier. And let's see here. And a huge thank you to all those who became members of our YouTube channel yesterday, which was it was day 1. So they became day 1 OG members of Instant Weather YouTube membership kind of thing. So thank you so much to all those who subscribed. This storm to the northeast is looking interesting now. 19% severe wind risk and a 3% tornado risk on it. This is up by McDougall Mills and kind of heading towards the Sioux Lookout area. Let's see here. That's interesting. Hopefully this is nothing. Looks like a hook, but it's probably nothing. Yeah, I don't think it's anything. Go to tilt 2 and see what's up. Yeah, tilt 2 is not as exciting. There's something going on right there. But this cell to a little bit to the northeast, looks like we just got an update on it. 3% tornado risk, 19% severe wind risk on that one. Well, that might have been the same data from before. But this one heading into southwestern Dryden area, 22% severe wind risk on it as well, too. So yeah, some of these storms do have potential to briefly hit severe thresholds. So yeah, so there's that, but we'll continue to watch them closely. Let's see here. Just on that one. And we'll see what these storms that look like they may be, Thunder Bay may be in for another round. There might be a little bit of isolated flooding potential for Thunder Bay, just because they've just had a big round of showers, and now more thunderstorms are moving in from the west. A little bit of hail on them as well, too. So whatever Trina says, massive winds in, I don't know how to pronounce it, but NOLALU, 45 minutes from Thunder Bay. Let me punch that in here to see exactly where that is. Nolalu, Ontario. Let's see. Oh, I see right here. So that's not too far, actually. Just right down here, massive winds with this line coming in. Okay. So really gusty. Thank you for that report. I appreciate it, Trina. Very kind of you. Picked up out of nowhere. Yeah, it's that line that's coming in for sure. Hi, Courtney. How's it going? It came out of nowhere. Well, it didn't come out of nowhere. It came from the line of storms that's to the northwest of you. But yeah, it makes sense that they're flying in right now, and you're going to get some big, strong winds on the front end of those storms. And yeah, I've seen some really strong wind values as well too over this way. So yeah, it's I see you're right here. Yeah, I think it's probably going to get windier than that, than what's happening right now. But we'll have to see. This cell is quite interesting over here near Kawnipi Lake, Kawnipi. Let's see here. 5% severe wind risk, but if we look at some of these values from a distance, I hope some of this is noise. There's 110 kilometers an hour, 97, 32, 69, 128, 117. Hopefully that's a little bit of noise. We're on tilt 2 here. Let's go back down to tilt 1. Tilt 1's still showing some really strong values here. So yeah, this line could get pretty darn windy. It's not that far from radar where we're seeing those high values. Let's take a look at KDLH from the U.S. Definitely doesn't look as strong from KDLH, but we're up to 23% severe wind risk and 26% severe hail risk on that storm. And yeah, we are seeing. Oh wow, we are seeing from the U.S. radar. Yeah, there you go. The U.S. radar is picking up on. How do you pronounce that? Someone help me out. Is it Nolalu? Maybe Nolalu. Nolalu. Maybe. Nolalu. U.S. radar is picking up on huge wind gusts in that area, 108 kilometers an hour, 106. Now, those are well up off the surface, 115 kilometers an hour here. So those are well up off the surface, but if even a percentage of that is reaching the surface here, then then we're talking about some pretty strong winds. I wonder, is that radar down here? Hold on, that radar might be down because it's only showing us a 4:08 p.m. Let me see. Or maybe it switches time zones right there. Because it's CDT, and what is this one? EDT. Oh, I see. No, that's what it is. Now hold on. What about Thunder Bay? Oh, Thunder Bay radar is down. Oh no, I thought our Stormrest polygons were behind the ball, but actually, what it is that the Thunder Bay radar is down, so we can't really take a look at these storms. The only thing we have really is going to be KDLH. This is the only radar currently in the area that is up. So Thunder Bay radar is down. It's been down for half an hour. That's not great. And that's not an instant weather bro thing. That's just the radar station itself is down. Yeah, so no wonder you're getting big, strong winds. And let me see how she pronounced it. Nolalu. Close enough, says Rice Poison. Nolalu. You're correct. I'm in Nolalu. Yeah, Nolalu. And the wind is brutal. Yeah, this looks like it is quite strong here. We do have 23% severe wind risk there. The only radar we have access to for this area has elevated 115 kilometer an hour winds. So, if some of that is reaching the surface in Nolalu, then obviously it is, because we're hearing that it is super. Cosmic Debris says Nalalu. Nalalu? Was I saying it too slow? Nalalu. Maybe. Maybe. Trina says you're saying it right, and she's from there, so. Hi, Teresa. How's it going? Thank you so much for joining us. Nicole says, bad here in Vermilion Bay, strong winds and lots of rain. Yeah, I was looking up there for a bit. It's too bad that radar's down. We really need that radar right now. And let's go take a look at what's happening towards Dryden here. And if Vermilion Bay was right here, yes. Now, is this radar down too? No, this radar's bang on. Okay. So, yeah, 14% severe wind risk for Eagle Lake, that storm that went through Vermilion Bay. And, yeah, reports of it being pretty nasty there as well, too. This storm looks like even higher percentages now. 3% tornado risk and 16% severe wind risk on that one. Northwest of McDougall Mills. Okay, so pretty decently strong line of storms, it looks like, heading through parts of northwestern Ontario. So hopefully everybody's okay in the path of these ones. I could see some... Oh, we just got Thunder Bay radar back, and oh boy. I hope that's not what I think it is. Let's go to Tilt 2. Okay. But Tilt 2's got some really strong winds. This is the same storm that's going through Oahu at the moment, and it's not looking very good. Let's see here. Hopefully I said that correct. You are saying it correct, says Tisha. Okay, we finally got radar back here, and it looked like really strong rotation. I hope that's just noise. We don't have a previous frame to even compare to, so we have to wait for the next one. That's the 512 frame. We'll get a new frame in a couple minutes here. But we do have the 512 frame from Thunder Bay Radar, just came back up. Severe thunderstorm warning is now issued by Environment Canada, so they've gone from no watches, no warning, straight to a severe thunderstorm warning here. Let's see what they say. Oh, it's the default. Severe thunderstorm capable of producing very strong wind gusts and up to nickel size hail. Yeah, it's kind of the cookie cutter description, so maybe they'll update that soon. But now they have issued a severe thunderstorm warning over this cell. When I see a signature like this, I do not like it. But then when I swipe over, this is why the swipe tool is so good. But it is within the precipitation core. So we'll have to see what it does on the next frame. I think I'm going to proactively... Lots of lost power north of Dryden, says Ari. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. CD says they got a few scuddy funnels in Fort Francis with high winds, thunder, and rain now. Yeah, probably some scud hanging down from that cloud, which would make sense. When I go over to Fort Francis here, where did you go? Where's Fort Francis? Should be down here. Am I in the right area? Should be along this line. Where'd it go? Come back, Fort Francis. I'll just search for you. I know you're down there. I know you're down there somewhere. Let's see here. Fort Francis. Oh, you're way to the west. Sorry, my bad. I didn't realize you're so far west. Oh, okay. Okay, that makes sense. My bad. Let's see what's happening there. I always look for International Falls, but looks like it's... Yeah, most of that has died out there, but to the east, this is looking pretty nasty. Yeah, some really strong values there over Nalalu and those areas. Selena says, is the storm near Kelowna, BC? That would be a no. This is well east of that, but I can go take a look over there if there is some storm activity. We should be getting a new radar update pretty soon. Severe thunderstorm warning has been extended now to the east. They didn't include Thunder Bay, but they included all the areas around it. I think I'm going to proactively get a polygon ready here for that cell, because if that ends up being rotation, I do not like the look of it. Let's see here. And which way is that going? I guess I can't tell. I can't tell unless I use the US radar, so let's try that instead. There we go. Let it load. Needs to pick up some more frames here. There we go. All moving to the southeast. Why is that moving so fast? I got it on 8 times speed. Let's go with 4. Yeah, so it's going to the east-southeast on that cell, and it looks quite potent actually right now. But thankfully we got Thunder Bay radar back. Yeah, I don't like the look of the storm. Big time hail here is possible. And some really strong wind gusts are possible. I'm waiting for that next frame. We should be getting a new radar update from the Thunder Bay radar pretty soon. We just got an update here. We jumped from 1 to 11% tornado risk on that cell, 73% total severe risk, a 48% severe wind risk, and 53% severe hail risk on that cell in one radar update. Wow, that's a big jump. Okay, let me go proactively work on that polygon, because I am seeing some rotation there. Hopefully nothing too... Hopefully the next radar update, it gets weaker. I'm hoping. Where's our next update? Come on, Thunder Bay radar, don't go down again. Please stay up. We need you desperately right now. Please stay up. Okay, let's go back to US radar. Try to get an idea here. Looks like it was moving to the southeast. Hopefully not into Thunder Bay, at least the strongest part of that cell. I'm going to get my polygon ready right now. I'm glad Environment Canada decided to put out a severe thunderstorm warning on this cell. Okay, now we just got an update. Let's see. Whoa. How was the hail, by the way, in Nolalu? Let us know in the comments. Was it interesting or what? Oh boy. And big time hail coming into Gillies, South Gillies, Scobel West, Pearson. This is all in Northwestern Ontario at the moment. Let's see what happened with our what looked like rotation. May just be noise. Definitely some really high values in there for wind, and yeah, it could be interesting. So if you're in the path of this one, I'd be taking shelter from the hail at minimum from this big time hail. Let's see what kind of DBZ levels we have. 70 DBZ on that cell. It's looking pretty nasty, actually. Again, 73% total severe risk on that one. 48% severe wind risk. Oh boy. Scott's talking about Petrolia, Ontario. Southwestern Ontario is fine. Looks like we have some new data up here with the Dryden storm. Looks like Dryden just got missed by that hail core, but we have some stronger storms here to the northeast. Down by Sioux Lookout might be actually interesting as we get this storm developing. 18% severe wind risk, 6% tornado risk on that cell. Really. Let's take a peek here and try to get it loaded for velocity. I'm not seeing anything too strong for rotation at this point in time. Let's go down to tilt 1. Yeah, there's a little hint of rotation there, but I think it may have weakened going into Sioux Lookout at the moment. Kind of a little bit of a hook there. And that was looking interesting for a second. Yeah, mainly probably a wind risk here with Sioux Lookout because there's these, 65 in here, so there could be a little bit of a wind issue there, but most of it looks relatively calm on velocity. Wow, going into Dryden right now is really strong winds, just actually finally being picked up by that storm moving over the radar. Into eastern Dryden right now, I'm seeing 80 kilometers an hour, 86, 87 on Instant Weather Pro here. By the way, if you'd like to track storms like this on Instant Weather Pro, let me just zoom out here so you can see what it looks like. This is the Pro Radar suite that we built for the Northern Tornadoes Project based out of Western University, and of course for our own team to be able to track severe storms and live stream across Canada and the US. And you can head over to Instant Weather Pro if you'd like to check that out, instantweatherpro.com. I think maybe it's probably a good idea. Maybe we should load some 3D radar here and take a look at these storms in 3D. But is that a new update? 518? No, it's the same one. There's something going on here. 9% tornado risk on that cell now. This is the cell southwest of Thunder Bay, heading to the southeast into Gillies, Nebing, Crooks area. Definitely big hail core in there. I don't like the look of that velocity signature. I want to see one more frame on it. If the next frame looks interesting, then I'm probably going to go minor rotation on that one. I'm going to go get my polygon ready here. All right, I'm going to get my polygon ready and just get minor rotation. Let's see here. I'm just going to get it ready just in case. 9% tornado risk on that storm. We detect minor rotation on this storm near Gillies, tracking to the southeast towards Pearson, Nebing, Moose Hill, Cloud Bay, etc. I'll say we detect minor rotation on the storm that is located southwest of Thunder Bay, near Gillies, tracking to the southeast. Okay, and the timing would be, I don't know where the cutoff line is. Let's go like Gillies, Ontario time. See what it says. Is it? Oh, it's still EDT. Okay, well that makes sense because it's close to Thunder Bay. Okay, So it would still be EDT, which would be 525. So by the time I send this out, maybe 525, depending on when we get our next radar update. I'll say 526. And okay, I'll get that one prepped for that next radar update. It's looking pretty interesting there. It is Saturday, August 31st. Let me update my macros. Okay, there we go. All right, so I got 526 waiting on this one for the next update. Oh, excuse me. But how's your day going? Is it going okay? Yeah, that's turning into a grumpy little storm. Oh my goodness. Likely some big time hail on there. Let me know in the comments if you want to see it in 3D, because we've built a really cool 3D radar system, which you can check out at virtueweather.com. Partnered with a company in Australia called Geosynergy. Created actually a new company out of it called Virtue Weather Inc. But I'm going to go. I haven't even loaded it up yet, so give me a minute and I'll load it up in the background here. But I'll go take a look at this storm in 3D because it looks pretty nasty. Sharon says power just went out in Sioux Lookout. Thank you so much. How often does the power go out there? Pretty much every storm, or is it more rare? Hunting Live just said 3D. Zachary says he's tracking on RadarScope. Yeah, RadarScope's a great app. I think there's some pretty big benefits to having Instant Weather Pro that we've built right here. One of them is Environment Canada radar shows up about a minute and a half or 2 minutes before it does on other apps like RadarScope. And 2 minutes to have to wait an extra 2 minutes to get the new radar update is like a lifetime when you're ready for radar updates. That's a long, long time. We also have machine learning, so you can see the percentages of risk for tornado, severe wind risk, severe hail, which is not available on any other Pro Radar app. And we also have the ability to swipe back and forth between two different radar products, which is also not available on any other Pro Radar app. So I'm a little biased, but I think Instant Weather Pro is the best. But that's just, I did help develop it. I mean, I didn't do any of the coding. I did a little tiny bit of coding. I did some grunt work and stuff. And a little bit of coding, but I didn't do the majority of it. But we have an incredible dev team. So, but I'd like to take a look at Virtue Weather on some of these storms here. Let me just see. Let me just load up some stuff. Okay, let me go fly to the northwest here. Show you this. Actually, I do want to see the next radar update on this one, though. We should be getting it pretty soon. Let's see here. Still at a 9%. When's the next update? That's 5/18/28. Still waiting on the next one. They've been a bit delayed on the station after it went down. We only have 2 frames to work from. Here and here. Only 2 frames to work from on that radar station, so we're waiting for the next update. Still no severe thunderstorm watch in Northwestern Ontario. They went straight to the warnings. No watch. Normally it goes watch for the old phrase is watch for a warning. As in watch out for a warning. Something going on here. Some really strong winds on that. Really strong inflow winds. Patricia says, thanks for keeping us updated. Huntsville, Ontario here. Thank you so much, Patricia. Appreciate it. Again, thank you to all those who have become members of our YouTube membership. Basically, Teresa, you can tell she's a member because she's got that cool icon beside her name. We just got an update here. The tornado risk went down to 6, but we're still waiting on that next radar frame. So let's see what happens. So we still have 18. And it's been a while since we've had a radar frame here. I'm looking at other apps too, and it still has the 517, 518 frame. So we're still waiting. I hope that radar didn't go down. Oh boy. And of course, you could only see it on YouTube, but she posted all the instant weather emojis that you're able to post. Ms. Esri says, did it die again? It might have. I might have to go to US radar here. I don't know what to do. I was going to post minor rotation on that one. I'm running out of radar frame here. I don't know what's going on. It's hard to tell. Looks like some really strong winds heading into Nebine area. Nebine, Cloud Bay, Pearson. All under a severe thunderstorm warning already. This could be a rotation. It's pretty far from the radar, so it's hard to tell. Where's our next frame? Come on, Thunder Bay radar, give us another frame, please. Anyways, okay, we'll wait for that. Professor Akiba says, thank you for helping us out here in Northwestern Ontario. It's my pleasure. We can't always stream in Northwestern Ontario, but we'll try our best to do it when things are looking interesting. But there'll probably be a lot of times when things do look interesting, but we are not live. Let's see. Can we get... Okay, here we go. Okay, let's take a look at Virtue Weather here. Let's go fly around and see these storms in real time. So there's Thunder Bay. Let's take a look at KDLH. Let's take a look at this US radar to see the latest. There we go. Let's go down and take a look at our storms in 3D. These are the ones in question at the moment. Let's see here. Let me just get rid of the probability. Oopsie. There we go. So this is what these storms look like. This is actually 3D radar data rendered in real time, showing us these storms. Let's change the lighting here because it's a little dark. Let's see here. Let's move the sun around until we see something cool. How about there? That looks cool. Yeah, so these are the storms right now. As you can see, near the Thunder Bay area, down here by Pearson and Gillies, seeing quite some strong wind gusts in Nebine right now, and you can see the storms right on top of it. This is from the US radar. We're checking this out at the moment. If you think this is interesting, head over to virtueweather.com. Oh, we're getting some lightning data in this world too. If you head over to virtueweather.com, you can check this out. I think the radar is actually behind the lightning data because the lightning data is out front. But yeah, this storm is looking pretty grumpy at the moment. And in the Thunder Bay area, basically. And that is the storm in 3D. Let me know in the comments what you think. If you think that's cool. Zachary Brown says, ain't flexing. He says, radar scope covers Finland and Germany and Australia. Yeah, we haven't added Finland, Germany, and Australia yet. We plan to add other regions, but right now we're focused on Canada and the US at the moment. So, but as we continue to improve in SimWeather Pro, we'll definitely add some more areas to it as well. But yeah, so this is your storm in 3D at the moment. We're going to do some cool stuff like put down 3D tornadoes automatically if they're on the ground. So you can see that. You'll be able to actually storm chase storms in real time, things that have never happened before. So pretty cool stuff with Virtue Weather. Brenda says, did JJack purchase Virtue Weather? I'm not sure. Oh, I think we just got a new frame from Canadian data. So let's go take a look at that. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's possible, but I don't remember. Okay, let me just switch back over to Instant Weather Pro here, and let's take a look at the raw data. And I think we just got a radar update. But where is the velocity data? Did the velocity data not come through? No way. I'm not seeing it on other apps as well, too. Okay, I think it maybe finally just loaded. Oh, there we go. Okay. All right. Okay, we finally got an update from the Thunder Bay radar. And... Yeah, it could be a little bit of minor rotation in here. There's a couple of areas of concern. Right in here. That's tilt 2. Let's go to tilt 3. Oh, Thunder Bay radar is being problematic today on every app that I can see. Let's see here. I don't know what's giving us such a hard time. Refresh again here. Thankfully, on SimWeather Pro is, let's see here. Went down to 2% tornado risk, but that was a frame ago. So I think it might change with the latest frame. But definitely there's something going on with those storms. So they're definitely worth continuing to keep an eye on here. Some of these other ones have some pretty strong winds in there. Hopefully they're elevated potentially. Let's go take a look at the stuff up by Dryden. And yeah, you could see those really strong winds that are now moving southeast of Dryden on that line all the way up to 98.28 kilometers an hour. Still no watches or warnings on this whole line. And velocity's talking about wind gusts reaching 98.28 kilometers an hour. Now that's above the surface, but this is very close to radar, so it's not that far above the surface. I think I'm going to go minor rotation on that line. I just don't like the look of it. It's got minor rotation in there, and yeah, it wouldn't be for Thunder Bay, but it would be for like Moose Hill, Neebeen area. Yeah, I think I'm going to do minor rotation there. But yeah, check out virtuweather.com if you like the 3D weather stuff. You can also download our free app. You can get it at instantweatherapp.com. It is free. You can download it. We'll notify you if there's anything interesting. And of course, any Environment Canada alerts, watches, and warnings when they get issued. Yeah, I think I'm going to go minor rotation on that one. It just looks compelling to me at this point. Make sure I'm not notifying Thunder Bay. Okay. Okay, I'm going to send that out right now. The moment, let me just update my polygon. All right. Minor rotation detected. I think I wrote something before. Yeah, there we go. I wrote. We detected minor rotation in the storm that is located southwest of Thunder Bay near, I guess it's not near Gillies anymore. It would be near Neebing. Near Neebing. Back into the southeast towards Cloud Bay. Towards Pearson, Cloud Bay. Oh, not Pearson. Crooks. Towards Crooks, Cloud Bay, etc. And the timing here is going to be 5:37. It should be 5:38 by the time I send this. 5:38 in 3, 2, 1. Oh, okay. We're getting more of a bookend there. Well, good enough. Sending. Okay, that updated, and now it looks like that notification was a good idea because it looks like we're even seeing stronger hints of minor rotation there. Let's go back to. Why is Thunder Bay giving me a hard time today? And some really strong winds there as well. We went up to a 12% tornado risk, so I think that was a good idea. And on this particular cell, yeah. The Thunder Bay part of it, there's some flood risk there, a little bit of wind risk. Not seeing any rotation in the Thunder Bay area, but south of Thunder Bay, seeing a little bit something going on here. Let me go to Tilt 2. Oh, yeah, Tilt 2 actually looks even better or worse, depending on perspective, but looks even more organized. Let's see what Tilt 3 is doing. That's a pretty nasty looking storm. There's Tilt 2. There's Tilt 1. Is Tilt 3 coming through? Those radar stations having issues. I'll go back to Tilt 1 for now. All right. Continue to watch. Let's see here. Heavy rain on the north end of Thunder Bay right now. Thank you so much, Karen. Yeah, should just be pretty much heavy rain at this point. I don't think it's going to get more severe than that. But hey, stranger things have happened. But yeah, we'll continue to watch this cell closely. Come on, radar, come back. Radar, come back. Yeah, right here is quite dynamic at this point. So we'll see what happens with that. Let's take a little stroll back up towards Dryden. Is anybody in the comments from Dryden? How was the wind there? Was it pretty gusty? I would assume so, seeing as we have 98.28 kilometers on radar southeast of Dryden. And when those winds were coming in, they were also, remember we said they were, this is when we decided to go live. They were looking quite strong here, and you see they snuck underneath the radar and came out the other side and are still looking quite strong. No warnings, watches, advisories, statements, zippity doodah on those storms. 20% severe wind risk on that cell. Brenda's asking about a reverse hook, like an anticyclonic hook. Yeah, it's kind of going the other way, but I don't think that's not where I'm seeing in rotation here. This is actually more like an S. We kind of have an S shape, and there's some rotation in the middle of it here, right here. It's a pretty potent little storm. We'll have to see what happens with it. It's minor rotation at this point in time, but it's worth watching as it tracks eventually over Lake Superior. Now, does Lake Superior think it's a better lake than all the other lakes? Is that why it's called Superior? Does it think it's superior to Huron? I mean, it is in size wise. Lake Superior is one of the largest freshwater lakes in the world. It is not the largest though. We looked it up recently because we were on Lake Huron and we are trying to figure out where Lake Huron was, and Lake Huron's just behind Lake Superior. Hmm. Now, they didn't do a severe thunderstorm warning for Thunder Bay, which makes sense based on the winds. Strong lightning, though, and strong winds are possible as well. Ms. Esri says it does hold 10% of the world's fresh water. Wow. Whoa. Cosmic Debris says it's just a lot of rain and thunder. No lightning in Thunder Bay, maybe 30-kilometer wind gusts. Perfect. Okay, well, that makes sense that there's no... there is no severe thunderstorm warning for it. Mother says, just went outside to get rained on by the smallest cloud ever in Ottawa. Let me go see. Is there a tiny little rain shower in Ottawa right now? Let's see. Oh, yeah. Just a little guy near Barhaven. Nothing fancy with that storm, though. Just a little bit of rain. No biggie. No biggie. Pretty clear elsewhere in southern Ontario. Pretty much. Actually, if we turn the radar off, we can look at Mosaic radar so we can see where anything is happening here. Let's take a look at... we added Environment Canada's official thunderstorm outlooks to Instant Weather Pro. We're going to be releasing that to everybody who subscribes by likely Sunday, Monday. If I go to day one here, you can see the thunderstorm prediction for Northwestern Ontario. But as you can see, it was just a minor outlook, only 70 to 90 kilometer an hour wind gusts possible, 1 centimeter hail. But now we're having some pretty grumpy looking storms here. So if you could give me just 1 sec, I will be right back with you. Let me just put on the radar here. And what percentage we go up to? 16% tornado risk now on that cell. Oof, that's not great. Oh, and we did just get a new radar update, and it's still looking pretty dynamic here. So give me just 1 sec. I will be right back with you. Back. Let's take a look at that new frame that we just got. A grumpy looking storm. Something going on up there. Strong winds down here. Yeah. Southeast of Thunder Bay, basically. Looking at some pretty gusty winds. Machine learning just got really excited. Our AI storm risk basically is 16% tornado risk now in that storm, 35% severe wind risk. So that's kicked it up a notch on that one. This one to the west is 4% now. Let's see what's going on with it. It's that one right there. That one near Jack Pine. Interesting. Let's go take a look up at Dryden area. And again, we're seeing those looks like pretty strong winds heading into Diamond area, the Gold Rock regions. Let's see here. Conan says, think the worst of the storm passed Kejik Bay. We had a heavy downpour, pea-sized hail, and strong wind gusts out of the north. Power clicked off a few times, but we're still on the grid. Thank you very much for that update. Appreciate it. Very kind of you. Our Foucher says Lake Superior is actually considered an inland sea. Interesting. It is pretty massive. Melissa says that's Snacks I hear in the background. Snacks was in the background, but I don't think you heard him. But it was my son knocking at the door, so I just had to go see what he needed from Dad. Again, still surprised that this whole lineup here, not seeing any watches or warnings on this one, and radar is showing some pretty strong wind gusts, 92.88 kilometers an hour southeast of Dryden. Again, if you're in the Dryden area, let us know what happened for you. Barbara says NC. Are you talking about North Carolina? We're just covering Canada at the moment. But if you do need storm coverage in the U.S., I would recommend Max Velocity, Evan Freiberger, Ryan Hall. There's Reed Timmer. There's a whole bunch of incredible streamers in the U.S. We eventually plan to expand to the U.S. with live streaming, but it's going to take an army to try to do. It's basically nonstop severe storms in the U.S. So if we do decide to stream in the U.S., I'd rather have a whole team dedicated to streaming, where they take shifts and they're just basically always at the desk. And you're going to need a big team to fill up 24 hours a day, 7 days a week on that. So if we did go, we would go full blast with a severe weather coverage team. But at this point in time, I think we will hand it over to the masters in the U.S., which is again Evan Freiberger, Max Velocity, Ryan Hall, Reed Timmer, and those folks are pretty incredible at what they do. Yeah, I don't like the look of this here. Don't like the look of this storm. Thankfully, it's just about to head over water, and it's going to cross into the U.S. Thankfully for Northwestern Ontario, but not so much for those who are living in the U.S. It's going to head into Isle Royal National Park. Teresa says, or did you end up losing your voice like Evan did covering Barrel? No, I don't think so. I haven't. Knock on something made of wood here. Knock on wood. My voice is held on for most of the live streams, and I think at one point we went 10 hours or 12 hours or something like that. Pretty wild. Pretty wild, lengthy live streams, but so far so good. And then I always end up trying to sing at the end of a live stream, which those are rough times trying to sing at the end of a live stream after talking for 8 hours straight. It gets pretty rough. Looks like that little minor rotation we saw up there kind of continued for a few frames and may have died off. And that was northeast of Hearst, southwest of Moosonee in northeastern Ontario. And looks like the Timmins area got a little storm, nothing too fancy. A little bit of lightning, a little bit of torrential rain. But these storms down by the Thunder Bay area, wow. Especially southeast. Is that a new update? 97.92 kilometers an hour? Um, that might be a little couplet there. I don't like the look of it. Let's see what tilt 2 is showing. 80, 90 kilometers an hour. That could be a little notch, a little couplet right there on that cell. And this is southeast of Thunder Bay. Is this over the water at this point? Let me see here. Probably. Uh, Give me just 1 second. I'll be right with you again. Hey, my son just wanted to tell me that a new episode of his favorite video series is available. He's very excited about it. That could be a little notch there. I don't know what that is there. Could be a little microburst, could be a little notch. But it may be over the water here. Let's see. Is it over the water? It's pretty close. It's right near Pie Island. So it's right over this little island here. But it is over the water pretty much besides Pie Island. If you're in Pie Island, looks like it's going to be a pretty nasty storm right there. I would probably be taking shelter if anybody, I don't know if anybody lives in Pie Island, but if you're on Pie Island for any reason or near Perch Lake in Pie Island, that is a pretty nasty looking storm. But it looks like it is heading over the water now, so that's good news for areas south of Thunder Bay. Good news for them. Let's see here. Yeah, 18% tornado risk on that cell, but again, it is now heading over the water and eventually into U.S. territory. What's happening with the storm southeast of Dryden? Still looks like it's got some pretty strong wind gusts from the last time I saw. Let's see here. Yeah, there's some pretty strong wind gusts on that. Ignis area might get some strong winds. Looks like it's outside of my polygon now, so I need to make a new polygon. I'll take a look at the environment really quick. In the background. Yeah, just a 1 of supercell, nothing too significant. Let's see here. Give me just... All right. I promised my son I would go watch that with him in 10 minutes here. Brenda says, how can we detect a CC drop? You have to switch the product to correlation coefficient. So right now you see velocity, then you see correlation coefficient. And the best is to swipe back and forth on Instant Weather Pro. And you can see if you see strong rotation and you see like a blue patch right below it, that could potentially be a CC drop. But it's very tricky on Canadian radar. It is not as clear as the U.S. radar, unfortunately, for that particular technology. So, but there have been some very evident, very clear CC drops on Canadian radar. It does happen. That's a pretty nasty cell. This could actually eventually be producing a water spout over Lake Superior here, so this could be a problem for those there. I do want to do another polygon on this line here because it still looks pretty grumpy. Let me just do a new polygon here. 1 second. Okay. Let me just do a polygon on that one. Severe thunderstorm potential down to Ignis area. Okay. Let's see here. Just do another notification for all those who have our free app and are on our social media pages. Let's see here. Okay. No, not minor rotation. Severe thunderstorm potential. Severe thunderstorm. We're carefully monitoring this storm cluster that is located southeast of Dryden, tracking to the southeast, potentially to the Ignis. Ignis? Is that how you pronounce it? I think so. Ignis areas. etc. And the timing here is going to be 5. Oh, it's different up here. Yes, let me go Ignis time. Ignis, Ontario time. I think it's going to be CDT. Yeah, it will. 4:55 CDT. Okay, so 4:56 p.m. CDT. Okay, and that should change in 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There we go. Now it's 4:56 CDT, and I'm going to send that out. Okay, I got that done. That notification done. I'm going to get rid of the previous notification. The orange one that talked about minor rotation. I'm going to get rid of that. Still surprised no watches, warnings, anything on that line. So some pretty strong values there. Let's see here. Yeah, this could be getting into waterspout territory on that line. What about this line? This line is actually still over Pigeon River Provincial Park, Crooks area. And we're at a 9% tornado risk on this cell now, probably because of all this noise. I think it's mainly just a wind risk from what I can tell. Sometimes the machine learning is off. It's not perfect, but it's guessing that there's a 9% tornado risk on that one, a 39% severe wind risk, and a 9% hail risk on that cell as it tracks to the southeast. So it is within my minor rotation polygon. So if anything for some reason decides to touch down, at least it's covered by that. But these storms will eventually track over the water as they move to the southeast. So yeah, so could still be some pretty strong winds heading across 17 here down to the Ignis area, southeast of Dryden. Still seeing some pretty strong wind gusts on radar, so isolated damaging winds are possible with that line. These storms here near Thunder Bay will eventually head southeast over Lake Superior and eventually into the U.S. And the stuff in northeastern Ontario still looks relatively boring. A little bit of thunderstorms, nothing too significant at this point in time. So I think that's probably pretty much it for the live stream. I'll keep an eye on this line southeast of Dryden as it tracks towards the Ignis areas. And if it continues to track southeast, it's strong. I will extend my little severe thunderstorm potential polygon. If you did not get that notification and you're in that area, please download our free app. You can get it. Hold on a second here. No way Ignis is eastern? I think I said it's moving southeast towards Ignis. Ignis is not eastern Ontario. It is northwestern Ontario, for sure. For sure. Let's see here. Okay. Sorry, just looking through a bunch of different comments. Kathy says, many thanks to you folks. This was an unexpected nasty storm with no warning from Environment Canada until after it roared through our area. Your alerts are life-saving. Thumbs up. Thank you so much, Kathy. I'm glad we're able to give a heads up when we can. You know, no system is perfect. Of course, Environment Canada is not perfect, but instant weather is not perfect. The weather number is not perfect. No system is perfect, right? So it's good to have multiple options to get notifications for storms. And we just try our best to complement what Environment Canada does. And but yeah, I'm definitely grateful we're able to help. So thank you so much, everybody, for chiming in on our 1 hour and 7 minute live stream. This is the only live stream I think in my life that I'm going to be using the standing desk the entire time. I have not sat down during this live stream, but I'm going to sit down right after it. So yeah, thank you so much. Lady Esri says it's a village for weather watching. Yeah, we are a village. It takes a community here. It takes a village. So we thank you all for sharing our updates and getting the word out about severe weather, telling your friends and family to download our free app, Instant Weather. If you do want to follow along with Instant Weather Pro, like you can see here with our really cool machine learning technology or AI technology that is able to determine severity of different storms based on radar data and lightning data and observational data, then you can subscribe at instantweatherpro.com. Let me just put that back on the screen. Head over to instantweatherpro.com and you can subscribe. It's like $99 for the year, which is roughly $825 a month. And you have access to basically, in my opinion, the best radar suite in Canada. So I think it's amazing. But yeah, I'm a little bit biased because, of course, I have led the development. I didn't actually do the developing, but I have an incredible team of, we have an incredible team of developers that was able to put that together for the Northern Tornadoes project, for the Northern Hail project, and of course for our own team to track severe weather across Canada. So if you do like the 3D weather stuff you saw earlier as well too, head over to virtuweather.com, VIRTU weather.com. Put in your email address and we'll let you know when the beta test comes out because it's right around the corner. We're pretty much done. So the beta test is just about to launch for Virtue Weather. We've been working on it for 3 years. We've been talking about it for 2 years, and we've been showing it off on the live stream for 2 years. And now finally, you can go jump in a car and chase storms in real time. So it's going to be pretty exciting. So yeah, that's virtueweather.com. So thank you so much, everybody. I appreciate you joining us on the live stream. Again, the only live stream where I've been at a standing desk the entire time. So yeah, these winds coming down to Ignis are still looking pretty gusty. Some of the values hitting 85, brushing the 90, 91 area. So could see some damaging wind gusts on that line as it tracks to the southeast. So heads up if you're near any trees or hydro poles or any of that kind of stuff. When strong winds are coming in, always look around you and say, what could fall on me? Is there any big trees near me? Are there any hydro poles near me? Power lines, all that kind of stuff. That's good to pay attention to because that's the first thing I think of when strong winds are coming in. I think, what's going to fall on me from above? So, yeah. So this line south of Thunder Bay looks like it will continue to track to the east. Could be some big hail in here. Could be some damaging winds, but it's pretty much over the water now. And most of that should continue to track to the southeast as well, too. So this next line could eventually head down towards Thunder Bay. We'll see what happens with it. It may fizzle out. But the one southeast of Dryden still showing some pretty strong winds on radar. So we'll have to see how it does develop. But that's it for today. Thank you so much, everyone. Melissa says, have I booked that appointment for ADHD assessment yet? Now, the community voted on it, and I think I was diagnosed by the community, so I think I'm good. But I should probably go talk to a professional. But anyways, until then, Squirrel Depot. Yeah. Until then, thank you so much, everybody, for joining us. We will talk to you very soon, and I hope everybody stayed safe today and continues to stay safe tonight. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.